Don't worry, I'm not eating that. Right. Bonjour. That's all the French you're gonna get from me. Sorry. So, I would like to start with something hopefully nice. Can you please all close your eyes? Everyone. Literally everyone in the room. I can't see your faces, but I would love you all to close your eyes. And think about an idea, small, big, anything, an idea that you always wanted to put into practice, to make happen, but it never happened yet. So think about some sort of idea, whether small, something that you always wanted to do as a kid, or maybe as a teenager, or maybe even something that you thought about yesterday. Think about it, visualize it, see it very, very clearly. Think how it makes you feel. Now open your eyes. And draw it. You have 2 minutes. Take a piece of paper and pen and draw. You have 2 minutes. Whether it's lines, circles, you can't draw, doesn't matter. 2 minutes, I'm counting. Everyone's getting a paper. I see you very clearly now. Pencil and draw it. 2 minutes and I'll be counting. Even if you can't draw, doesn't matter. Few lines, few circles, few words, whatever you want. Draw that idea. I would join you, but I can't. One more minute. Think doodling, simple, not a piece of art. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Everyone's very focused. So draw that idea, whatever you thought about in your head. 30 seconds. I know it's not usually what you would expect, but we're drawing now. Almost done, 15 seconds. Weather outside is frightful, but that fire is delightful. Everyone's drawing. Right. I'll be counting soon. And then we stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the pens down. Thank you so much. Everyone's putting them down. If you want to finish it later, please do. So first thing I wanted to really prove here is that we all can draw. Well done. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You can draw. Well done. Whether you're great at it or not, doesn't matter. At least you did it. You made it happen. So well done. The second thing I wanted to kind of just mention here is that we all have ideas. So well done. You drew them, keep them, and now I would like you to fold that paper quickly for me. Fold it and keep it in your hand. We'll come back to it later, I promise. Yeah, fold it in your hand, keep it tight. Ready? Right, so now I would like you to look at this board and think if that sounds familiar anyhow to you. All these sentences, I'll read them through, so have a think as I go. I will never make it. Too hard. I didn't study it, so it won't work. I'm not good enough. Parents won't approve. Too scary. I don't know anything about it. Does it sound anyhow familiar? Any time in the past, have you had any of these thoughts before maybe? I see a few nodding faces, yeah? Well, I had that like 4 years ago when I started what I do now for a living, and I love it. I had that like every day, especially the too scary, and the too hard, because I just didn't believe that I can make something out of my ideas. And I still I still have these now, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're all gone. So I just want to make sure that you are aware that this is okay to feel any time of the day, anytime you start something new, or you have a new idea or something like that. This is okay to feel like that, because we're not all perfect, we're humans, and we do feel sometimes things like that. Right, now, can you tell me what that is? Yay! Well done. I just wanted to check if you're with me still. Right, so I have a banana. Forgive me if it's a bit bumpy because it came all the way from London. I should have bought a fresh one, but hey, okay. So, it's a banana, right? So, this is your idea. This is the idea that you drew, that you had in your head. Stay with me, right? It's a bit weird, but why not? This is your idea. So if you kind of keep it like that, and as you can see it has few days and big bump, and if you don't really do anything with it, it'll kind of go off at some point. It'll, it'll be useless. You won't eat it. You won't enjoy it. You will throw it out, I guess. So, but this is kind of what you have to do with your idea. Unfold it, literally step by step, right? And when you do that, you might enjoy a good taste. You might get nourished. It's sweet, it's nice, it will keep you energetic. I'm actually quite hungry now, so it's good. Tastes good, but only if you unfold it. Otherwise, throw it out. Bit of weird metaphor, but I just wanted you to understand that this is what happens to your ideas. It's the same thing. If you don't do anything with them, they'll go off, they'll be forgotten. One day, maybe when you're older a bit, you'll be like, oh, I always wanted to do this thing, but I never had enough gut, or I just got, busy with something else, or I started a new career, but I always wanted to do it. Have you ever heard people saying that? Right? So just keep that thought in mind. I always say, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, really, what's the worst thing when you think about it? If you do want to put something into practice, new idea, what's the worst thing that can happen? The world will be still spinning, even if it doesn't work out. The day will still start. You'll still go on with your days. You might be a bit bummed for some time, but what can wrong really happen? And people ask me, like, for example, right, so if you say, well, no one's going to care. Let's say I'll put it together, and no one's going to care about my idea. And I say to that, well, there's like billions of people in the world. Like, someone will be interested in your idea. It's maths, trust me, it's bound to happen. Maybe not everyone will be interested in this room, but I'm sure someone in your city will be interested in your idea. Everyone is interested in everything. It's just like with dating. There's always going to be someone who will like you, even if you think they're not. Yeah? So just think about it like that. There's a lot of us, right? But then someone can say, well, what if I fail? The famous fail word. I love it. It's such a intense word that people put so much pressure on. I failed so many times before I kind of got into where I am right now, doing things that I love. You have no idea. I started projects that now I look at them like, what were you thinking? Seriously, what were you thinking? But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's okay. I still got the learning. I still got the experience. It was fun doing it. If you knew how many domains I own, you would be scared. It's more than books. I could actually start a shop selling domains. I should stop with that. But what I'm saying by that is there's ideas coming every day. And so what if it doesn't happen? So what if it doesn't become next big success? You still did it. You still hopefully enjoyed it on the way. Because I think that everything is in our head. Literally, this is the worst enemy that we have sometimes. I find, at least for me. Like, I'll get so nervous and I'll get so like full of, bad thoughts. And at the end of the day, it's really just me because no one else is thinking that. Because, at the end of the day, as I say, if you do put your new idea into practice, on the way you might as well meet new friends. You might learn something. You might actually have fun. So, try it, right? And see how it goes. 2 weeks ago, me and my team, we put a event together. We didn't think much of it. We don't do really events. But hey, we wanted to try it out. And it was actually a success, I have to say. We already are planning the next one because people were asking us to do the next one. So I was thinking, I tested it. I tried it. Okay, that's okay. If it didn't work out, that's fine. Let's move on to the next thing. I tested it, I tried it. So definitely keep that in mind. So as we are with the theme of unfold your world, I wanted to kind of give you 3, let's say, stories of mine that helped me to unfold my world. It's very much my 3 experiences. You don't have to, of course, have the same ones, but I thought I'll share how I unfolded my world within time, where I am right now. So the first thing that I wanted to make sure it doesn't happen when I moved to London 8 years ago now was no whining, which means don't complain. So I wanted to make sure that there's no calls to my mom every day and saying like how everything is wrong and there's no weather and it's dark and it's expensive and the tube and the this and the that. I just learned that it doesn't help me or it doesn't help people around me. I literally tried at least not to do it as much as I was, because there was no point. It also taught me, moving to London, to be self-reliant. So it was really all about making sure that I can support myself. It's an expensive city, as you may know, and I had to just make it happen for myself. There was no someone to help me out every day. Okay. Plus, I was so full of energy and I knew that there's something waiting for me, that I was just very active and I was going to all these events and I was meeting people and I was talking about how I love to draw and things like that. And you know what? I have still friends from all these years past now, because I was just saying hi and I was like, hi, I draw. Do you need help? I didn't know what I'm going to do yet. I was studying languages, but I always loved to do it. So I was very kind of outgoing and just asking people, what do they do? Curious about them and just sharing my story a bit. And that really helped me because it connected me with a lot of people. Next thing that helped me to unfold my world, we all know this, right? Hustle. Hustle is a good word. It means basically work hard. I'm not going to say the word, but work hard. And that really taught me a lot when I was starting to do my first job. So I was studying languages, but I could teach in London. So I started teaching art, and I started teaching special needs children. And let me tell you, that was a lot of work. And maybe I wasn't fully passionate about that yet. I loved working with the kids, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. But I was on it because I worked for through different agencies. And let's say if I got a call at 6 a.m., imagine it's dark, it's raining, it's awful, you're tired, and there's a call. And it's agency. And they're like, Natalia, there's a job, 2 hours, travel one way, 2 hours back, with a autistic boy, blind. Do you want it for a few months? Yes. Another call. Natalia, there's a job 1 hour away, whatever. You're teaching science, you're teaching maths, and you're teaching music to small kids. This is the pay. Wasn't great. Can you do it? Yes. So basically, I don't know even where I had this energy from. Trust me, I wouldn't really necessarily do the same now. And many times I wanted to be just like, no, I'm sick. But I still did it because I knew that all these experiences, whether tough or less tough, will get me to a certain point where I want to be. I didn't know what yet. I thought maybe I'll be a teacher forever, and that was fine because, again, I loved working with kids. But every single time I got that difficult call or something, I was like, yes, I'm on it. And it definitely taught me to manage people because you need to make sure that all these kids have a good day and they learn something and they enjoy themselves. So that was really, really a good school for me to kind of start off with something. And then hopefully you know this line, Lost in Translation, famous, I guess, movie. But I put a question mark on it because I studied translation. That was one of my studies. I studied teaching English and I studied translation. English to Polish and Polish to English. And when I was thinking about the theme, I was thinking, unfold your world. Okay, so, I was studying translation, but I felt like, well, So what, did I lose kind of the skill because I was studying that, but I ended up now doing something else? So I got a bit like, did I really lose that? I'm not working in this space anymore. Well, but I thought no, because I kind of reinvented it. I still translate, but through pictures. So that really, really helped me to be where I am right now. So in a way, it was supposed to happen that I was studying this, because it opened so many new doors. And if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be here. So that made me feel like really, really that it made, sense that I was doing that. So now, I would like you to unfold your papers. If you can, unfold them. Go on. And I would like you to have a look at that idea again. Just for a second, just have a look at that idea that you just drew a few minutes ago. And maybe look at it with a bit more kind eye, if I may say. So maybe look at it with not as much, I would like to do that, but it will never happen. Maybe give it another look. Maybe if I could make one person today to look at it with a bit more kind eye, my job's done. Because I'm not telling you go and do it tomorrow, but I'm telling you if you do want to take something on, give it a go. Because I wouldn't want you to be defined by what you do, but who you are. Because look at me. I studied teaching English, translation, and now, I'm in a completely different space. I love what I do. It doesn't feel like work. I know it sounds cliche, but it doesn't. But I still use the skills that I studied and put into my history to get where I am now. So, I love the theme, by the way. I want you all to really unfold your world. And it may just taste good. Please eat that banana. That's all I want to say. Thank you so much.